We've been trying to get the government to shut down the borders, um, deport illegals. And I've noticed over the years that Black Americans have been affected first and foremost when it comes to community jobs, education, and yeah, and a lot of Mexicans coming in, they don't like black people. Over in Mexico, blacks are second-class citizens. They're second-class citizens. Recently, Mexico deported two blacks out of this country to somewhere else. I want to know from both of you, and then you, is coming into the country. Does that bother you? Do you care about that?
Right, I think it's wrong. That they, uh, that exists. Um, However, I truly am convinced that um, that shouldn't be the case you know, for us because I think at least for myself, um, I treat whoever's in front of me um, as a human being, and not necessarily basing them by the color of your skin.
So will you be willing to put a wall around the border to stop that so blacks can have a chance? No? How about you?
As I see some eyes roll, I can tell the crowd leans a certain way, and that's okay. Um,
I think
what,
it goes both ways.
what are you talking about? Yeah, careful how you say that, right?
You can't say that right anymore.
No. So first, I disagree with your characterization of Mexicans or whomever as illegals. They're humans. Okay, they're humans for starters. All right. So first, I disagree with the characterization of people that way.
Okay.
Second, I identify with people who are oppressed, who are treated unfairly, as opposed to people who are merely afraid of change, afraid of others who aren't like them. So my allegiance is to again people is treating people fairly.
So let me ask
All people, all colors, all races, all creeds.
does it bother you? I know, but does it bother you that blacks are affected first and foremost in this country as a result of illegal alien? In Compton right now, there's a major battle. Compton, South Central LA, East LA, and Highland Park. There is a major battle going on between the blacks and Mexicans because the blacks are feeling pushed out. Many of them have gone back to the South. Construction jobs are taken over by the illegals. Does it bother you that blacks are affected first and foremost by illegals?
Well, again, you're assuming I agree with that principle.
Assume that you made that clear, you know.
Okay. So
Well, are you
first I don't agree
bothered
with the
by the
principle.
fact that blacks are affected first and foremost?
Well, again, I think the danger here is that people figure it's a zero-sum game. That if a person of Mexican descent has a job, that means a black person or a white person cannot have a job, and it's not a zero-sum game.
You're not answering the question.
It's not a zero-sum game. Well, I am answering the question. I am answering the question.
So are you bothered by that? Does that bother you that uh, that they are hurt first and foremost?
It bothers me when people of any sort can't feed themselves, can't feed their families, can't live in a decent home.
Well, are you
So,
bothered
so,
by
that,
the
so that's
blacks
what, so that's
being
what bothers
affected?
me.
Are you
It
bothered by the
bothers
blacks
me.
being affected
It bothers
first?
me when black people can't live the kind of life they want to live. It bothers me when Mexicans, Hispanics, Guatemalans,
But I'm only asking about the blacks.
Latinx community,
Oh,
LGBTQ people.
hold on, hold on.
Any of that is problematic.
That's wrong.
I'm
That's
being really
wrong.
patient.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
I'm being
Hold
really
on. Hold
patient.
on.
I'm trying.
That's the wrong answer, Bernie.
Bob, and I'm
Hold
doing a
on.
good job.
Hey, what's his name? Who's this man? Arthur, hold on. Calm down, Arthur. Calm. So, I I want to guess you're gonna.
So the last thing I'll
Brian,
say
are
is
you
that.
bothered by that?
Well, what I would say is that a lot of people's anger is misplaced. So because a lot of people's anger is misplaced is my.
But you're
my
not
belief.
answering my question.
Uh,
Are you bothered? Are you hurt?
Again, I'm
that
bothered.
blacks are being
I'm bothered.
affected?
I'm bothered when anybody
I'm not
suffers.
asking
Is a
about
problem.
anybody. Do you love white people? Okay, answer this question like that.
Good, I'm safe.
Are you bothered by that? Does that bother you that blacks are being affected first and foremost?
Well, first, I would have to believe that in order to be bothered.
Oh, you
by
don't
it.
believe it's happening?
No, I didn't say. I didn't say it's not happening. What I'd say is that. What I'd say is that I would say that people in the lower economic classes in America are generally hurt by a number of policies
Amazing.
that are not necessarily fair.
Listen, you realize you're not answering a question, right? Do you ever appear on CNN? Are you bothered by that?
I'm very bothered by
And
it.
why?
Disproportionately, black communities decimated. Fire bombings in Boyle Heights. LA Times just started reporting on this in 2016, 2015 maybe. This has been going on for decades, okay? Jameel Shaw Jr., gunned down by an illegal alien gangbanger. They were targeting black males. And he spoke at the RNC convention. You know, I didn't see a lot about those Black Lives Mattering at the DNC, by the way. I didn't see that, but I did see you had Jameel Shaw, the father, speaking on this matter, and how Villaraigosa wanted to help this poor father who lost his son. But when he found out it was an illegal who had killed the son, Villaraigosa didn't want to talk about it anymore.
So Arthur's used the term decimation or decimate a number of times. So let me indulge me for a second. The original use of the term decimate had to do with Romans conquering other people, and what they did was they killed one out of 10.
Hey, hold on.
And what they did was they killed 1 out of 10, 10% deci, etc. So stick with me. So the decimation that I'm more concerned about is the decimation that's associated with mass incarceration of black and brown people and poor people in general in America. That's the decimation that I'm frankly more concerned about, as opposed to the illusory effect of negative effects of Latinx folks being here in America.
Okay, I want to also speak to this too. You know, I have never once said Mexicans are killing black people. I said illegals. I hope I've been really clear about that, because that also offends me too. I don't paint illegal immigration with a broad brush and say they're all coming from Mexico. We have illegals from China crossing our border. We have terrorists crossing our border from Pakistan. And they want to blow us up, okay? So I want to be really clear about that when someone makes it sound I'm going, the Latinos. I've never said that. Illegal immigration is not a racial category or even an ethnic status. We had an Irish illegal who's going to get deported in a couple weeks. A Polish illegal who beat a dog is going to get kicked out of this country too. But strangely enough, you have an illegal named Zarate who broke into this country 5 times and kills a woman in San Francisco. Who am I talking about? It's Stein, and he gets off. You beat a dog, you get deported. You kill a woman, you could stay. I hear a lot of talk about justice and equity, but we're seeing massive inequity with these policies that are promoted, like not having a wall, not ensuring American sovereignty. We're seeing more disproportionate consequences, not just with black communities being wiped out. Like we're decimated. You can call it annihilated, you can call it targeted. Okay, we can quibble about words in that regard, but there's a word I don't want to quibble about, which is immigrant versus illegal. That's another story. If you want to talk about a fair and equal society, we have to have a country that's based on the rule of law. That's not happening in Guatemala. I just read about El Salvador again, the murder capital of the world. Okay? But the answer will not be an open border into our country. And the fact is, even people